show is going to be a very different kind of show. हमने बहुत बातें की हैं about your life, about kids, about planets, about houses, but आज हम बात करेंगे prediction की, right? So
जी.
prediction is very, very important in astrology. I want to make listeners understand कि जब आप astrologer के पास जाते हो, you already know your life and you discuss that with the astrologer. आप कहते हो कि ये हमारे साथ हो रहा है, हमारी तबीयत खराब है, business is not doing very well, or business is doing well, we want to further expand. Then what is it you're looking for? Quite frankly, you're looking for direction, guidance, and that's where prediction comes in. Astrology के तीन aspect होते हैं. One is reading, जिसमें हम आपकी चार्ट बना के चार्ट पढ़ते हैं, and we tell you what is happening, where your life is headed, क्या हो रहा है आपके साथ अब और क्या हुआ है. This is important because it's validation of your date, place, time. Correct? We also
Right.
need to make sure कि आपने जो time दिया है, it matches what your chart is showing, because sometimes you may have the wrong time. Sometimes we may have the wrong chart. Anything is
Right.
possible. So we ask very personal questions, and once that is done, we get a definitive idea कि okay, this is your chart. The second part in astrology that's important is to convey to you, explain to you what is happening, how things are happening. And finally, which I believe the most important aspect astrology ka is predictive astrology. देखिए, you live in the Bay Area and you want to take a trip to Los Angeles. आपने गाड़ी में GPS डाल देना and you'll say, okay, take me to Los Angeles. Now, what happens if GPS doesn't know where you are? That is what astrology does. So the first part, which I explained, right? कि आप कौन हो, कहाँ हो. So if GPS doesn't know where you are, he can't take you there.
Yeah.
Number two, you entered Los Angeles, so he knows कि that is your future. What you have to get there. So he must know कि यहाँ से वहाँ कैसे जाना है, and that direction that he's giving you is really what predictive astrology is. You bypass tolls, you bypass traffic, shortest path, वो सब होता है. And finally, he tells you, make a left here, make a right here, merge onto the lane. That is really what astrology is. It's like your personal GPS navigator जो आपको कहेगा आपको लाइफ में कब, क्या, कैसे, क्यों करना है और कहाँ करना है. So many manifestations. So I want to talk today just about predictive astrology. लोग
Sounds
फोन
very
करते,
interesting.
lots of people call on the show and they ask,
जी.
मुझे जॉब कब मिलेगी? That is a very easy aspect of predictive astrology. शादी कब होगी?
Right.
Predictive astrology. See, people don't go back in the past and say, okay, बताइए, मैं इंडिया से कब अमेरिका आया था. Although we can do that, but they don't ask. It's always about future. Everybody wants to know their future. So I want to explain today कि future कैसे पढ़ा जाता है charts में. हमें planets तो पता है, घर पता है, transit, सब concepts सिखा दिया. So the next part is predictive astrology. वो बात
And
करेंगे आज.
and it does sound pretty interesting, and I think that should be one of the important parts of astrology, because as you said, everybody focuses on future more than past and present. So what are the main components, I would ask, of predictive astrology?
The past cannot be changed. You're
Right.
living in the present, and remember, don't blame yourself for what the present is. Because although you might think the present is not wonderful, it could be very nice for you. You may have made some mistakes, like, okay, हमने घर नहीं लिया, या हमने जल्दी शादी नहीं की, या हमने business नहीं start किया. But you don't know what tomorrow holds. Maybe those factors will work in your favor and give you something which you had not expected. So don't
True.
don't beat yourself up and say हमने right time पे नहीं किया. वो आपका right time नहीं होगा. जब right time होगा तो सब चीजें अपने आप अपने place में आ जाती हैं.
That is such a
So
positive thought. Actually, I think that answers half of our concerns in life. That time might not be right for us when it was not done. So yeah,
technically
that's
speaking,
great.
technically speaking, time is always right for you.
Hmm.
Your interpretation की time हमारे लिए था नहीं. अभी I know people who have invested a lot of time and effort working on a small business, grow कर करके, next thing you know is in a few decades, the business has reached billions of dollars. This is true for somebody who comes to me, the construction company. They're doing
Wow.
incredible, but it has taken 20, 25
Time.
years.
Yeah.
So, and then that time they छोटे से घर में रहते थे, and everybody said, why you didn't do this? Life changes. Time हमेशा right होता है. It is your interpretation कि time गलत है.
Right. No, and that, as I said earlier, it's a very positive approach, which will help many of us, all of us, in fact.
Life में अगर आप positive रहोगे, तो good things can happen to you. Because you'll adapt, you'll make changes, and you'll try to do things better. अगर आप negative रहोगे, then it's not going to help you because it's going to bring stress, it's going to bring ill health. And when those two things happen, you can't prepare yourself better for what is coming your way.
Absolutely.
Remember, sun rises, sun sets. Moon rises, moon sets. There's always a better tomorrow. Change starts from today. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now,
That's the
let's
bottom
look at
line.
let's look at the three important aspects of predictive astrology. So, आप जब astrologer के पास आते हो, you ask a question. What are the three things we look at as an astrologer? Number one, the planets. Planets को योग बनाना चाहिए. By yog, I'm not talking, Raj Yog, Dhan Yog. I'm saying planets must support what you want. That is very important. Second, planets की दशा होनी चाहिए. And third, transits must take place. Transit is called gochar. Now, let's go back and understand what these three things mean. Yog is very, very important. Remember, I've told you significator karak hota hai. There is a house lord, then there is a house. If these three things are very strong, then whatever they represent will happen. Agar fifth house lord, or fifth house ka karak, let's say Jupiter, these are very strong, या at least above average, तो आपका बच्चा हो सकता है. If significator is weak, house lord is weak, and house is completely thrashed by negative aspects, बच्चा नहीं हो सकता. It's the extreme situation. Now, we'll take one step further. Dasha. जब दशा आएगी of the planet sitting in that house या जुपिटर की, तो बच्चा होगा.
Okay.
Now, transit may, if a good planet like Jupiter is transiting that house, then we can say with certainty that this is the best time to have the child. If there is a planet like Saturn, which is sterile planet going over fifth house, Jupiter ki bhi dasha ho, we can say ki chance that bacha hoga is very low right now. So prediction mein, what happens is we have to study three things: the whole house kundali in detail. We must also look at dasha. Now you may say ki, okay, give me another example. Explain this better. दशा जो होती है वो छोटी नहीं होती, दशा बहुत लंबी होती है. Correct. Some planets can have dasha of 17 years. Some can have 20 years. तो जब इतनी लंबी दशा आती है, and in that particular dasha, if everything is going bad for you, there has to be some time when a good planet is transiting over a particular house. And that's when we can come and say, look, पूरी time में भी आपकी अच्छी दशा आई है. You can do something different. You can make a change. So this is what is very, very important. Dasha and transit. Now, remember one more thing. Many people give transit too much importance. We believe that transits only account for about 33% when it comes to predictive astrology in a chart. The rest is all based on planets and dasha. Dasha kya hai? I told last time, take 9 people and put them on a stage. You are watching this spectacular show now. अब ये जो show चल रहा है, इसमें somebody is going to talk. The person who's talking is the planet जिसकी दशा चल रही है. It's your focus. During the dasha, different things happen, वो बाद में बताते हैं. And then other planets will come in, other actors come in. So this is all different planets playing role, what they bring into your life. And जो transit है, think location change. Actors have gone home. Actors have gone to a restaurant. Actors are sitting in a car. So transits are location changes. Okay. Dasha is the actors and planets. This is how we interpret predictive astrology. Now, many astrologers are good at predictive astrology, but it requires a lot of experience.
Right.
Because जो scriptures में लिखा है, they are very complicated. I can give you an example. For example, a good planet like Venus, if seventh lord hota hai, so he's not going to give good results. It's confusing. A good planet like Jupiter, when he owns only houses 4, 7 or 10, वो अच्छा result नहीं देगा. बुरा planet जब अच्छे घर का मालिक होता है, तो बुरा result नहीं देता. So these
Mhm.
are results, rules which automatically come to us because of experience, right? And then you must build on it. So I have worked for many years on what we call predictive astrology. And I'm trying to tell you one thing. If you have a problem in life, if you are struggling in life, go to any astrologer, figure out what that predictive astrology is in store for you. आपके साथ कल क्या होगा, परसों क्या होगा. If you have a health problem, it's typical to a doctor, right? When you go to a doctor for your annual checkup, he looks at your report and what does he say? Everything is fine, cholesterol slightly high. You better start exercising, cut your butter, cut your ghee, uh, thoda diet control karo. Otherwise, I'm going to put you on Lipitor. This is predictive astrology, in which we also look at your chart and say, अगले 6 महीने थोड़े tough रहेंगे आपके लिए. But it's a good time to look at other avenues for growth. Good time to look at family. Good time to look at buying another house. That's what I'm trying to get at.
And the similar is when you go to an astrologer and they warn you or they update you what is going on and what will come your way in some time. I think that will be a better scenario in which we can prepare us, we can plan and not react promptly as we normally do. So that could save us a lot of clashes, a lot of negative things around us. So, guys, for all that guidance, you should contact somebody who has been around 25 years. 25 years का experience है डॉक्टर साकेत भाटिया को in the field of astrology and numerology. If you have any concern, if you have any questions, do connect with him directly. आप कॉल कर सकते हैं for appointment at 408-639-5300. Direct number है where you can call for an appointment 408-639-5300. If you have any particular question, आप कॉल कर सकते हैं और या फिर आप email कर सकते हैं info@saketbhatia.com. Once again, it's info@saketbhatia.com. और आप उनकी वेबसाइट पे लॉग इन कीजिए to get all the information about him, saketbhatia.com. Once again, the website is by his first and last name, and that is saketbhatia.com, or you can call him directly 408-639-5300 पे. So we are talking about predictions in astrology today, and we are talking about the components of predictive astrology. If you have any question regarding that, then also you can connect with him, info@saketbhatia.com. So we did talk about the components. What next?
So, there are two types of people who come: proactive people and reactive people. We are completely booked out for weeks, right? तो जो दो तरह के लोग आते हैं, जो प्रोएक्टिव लोग हैं, they are the ones who say, okay, I've heard your show, or I've known about you, or I've been recommended by a friend. Here, I have been to an astrologer, many years ago, but I really want to understand my chart. I want to understand my strengths, my weaknesses. Where do I go in life from where I am today? See, सबको ऊपर जाना है life में. I have never in 25 years met somebody who says, भाई हमें खत्म होना है. I want nothing left. I don't want to be happy. So these are considered proactive. ये they upgrade, they come, they ask questions, and we try to help them as much as we can. The second is the reactive, जिनमें they come only when there is an issue that happens.
I think most would be like that.
Actually, I take that back. I think it's 50-50 in our case.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. 50-50. Because see, most of our astrology works on recommendation, works on credibility, where we have interacted with people who have recommended others. That's why we're so busy throughout the week.
And I think it should be 100% people coming on a regular basis to know, just like an annual checkup or just like a regular visit to a doctor. I know these are like different fields, but it is definitely something which can make you aware about what's coming your way.
But then there are many individuals who don't take care of themselves and they only go to a doctor when something happens. Then
Yes.
there are people who are completely fit and take good care of themselves. They go whenever they need. The same yahan hai. I don't know, for some unknown reason, astrology, although is a valid science, it has been recognized by a science in India. It
Yeah.
is popular here. We have statistics, how many people go, how much they spend, and what they do. But at the same time, people give it, they look at it very differently. Am I doing the right thing? Because it's a credibility issue. See, astrology is a service. Let's make that very clear. It cannot be a business. If you are going to an astrologer who runs his life by business of astrology, that astrologer is not a credible person in our opinion. You look at all the books written by the astrologers. They are doctors, they're scientists, they're engineers, they're people, leaders in their field, attorneys. But I have yet to come across books written by astrologers whose sole field is astrology. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Books are written by people who are sort of a mix. They practice astrology, but at the same time, they have other stuff they're doing. Astrology almost always starts off as a hobby, as a passion, and then we grow into it. So I want to take the time to explain a little about how astrology, predictive astrology, plays a role and why it's important. And उसके लिए हम soul की बात करेंगे.
जी.
So I wrote something which I think makes total sense. The soul is immortal. Soul, it's never born, it doesn't die, it is immortal. It moves from body to body. And as it moves from body to body, it goes from the cycle of birth to the cycle of death, the cycle of birth to the cycle of death. So, bichari soul atki hui hai. The minute it dies, the body dies, we don't know how much time it takes, but the soul has to enter another body. Now, isse soul pe bahut impact padta hai. The soul becomes active. Although technically the soul is inactive. Now soul आपकी body में चली गई. So soul becomes active despite being inactive. The soul is actually independent, but now in the body it becomes dependent. The soul is omnipresent, right? It can be anywhere.
Yeah.
But because of your body, it is now limited. So you have brought drastic changes to this soul now. ये जो soul है, it is now limited by your body. It has now become active, and at the same time, it is not independent anymore. So when the soul enters the new body, it also starts feeling emotions. It starts feeling pain. It starts feeling happiness. All these are factors which are not known to the soul. तो आप जब पैदा होते हो, at that particular time, your chart is made. Retrograde planets immediately say where you have to work in life, on what factor you have to work. Good planets, exalted planets tell us what your strengths are. Why were you born as Vedika while I was born as Saket? जब भी सोचिए, why were you born where you are? Why do you have your family? Why do we have our family? Why do we have difference in lifestyle? Why were we given different opportunities from some people? Why is one person born a king while other person is born a pauper? ऐसा क्या है? What made these rules? Once you start studying this in detail, you will understand why, how this rule has been made. And predictions: poor people become very rich people become very poor. कितनी warnings मिलती हैं लोगों को, do not invest in this, you will be ruined, still they do it. अभी कल ही हम चार्ट पढ़ रहे थे किसी की who had a very very strong mercury, excellent mercury, लेकिन जब mercury की दशा आई, first, he lost his mother. Then he had fights with his siblings. The business collapsed, and he was not able to start anything else because D9 chart mein Mercury is debilitated. Predictive astrology. Be careful of it. Life holds lots of things for you. अगर आपका loss होना है तो होना है. अगर gains आएंगे आएंगे. As an astrologer, we can tell you when that will happen, how you can capitalize on it, or how you can save yourself from having that loss.
So now, Abhi, just you were mentioning about the difference, as you said that we should question, we should think about this, that why our life is the certain way it is, and why others have a different life with different opportunities. So, is it all because of the past karmas, or there are other factors involved here?
It is all because of your past karma and because of what you're doing today.
Okay, so today and the past karmas both.
You did not bring all your good or bad karmas into this life. You cannot, because the
Mm-hmm.
bucket is too big. वो
Mm-hmm.
कहाँ bucket है जो count करती है, nobody knows. You just got a small little fragment here.
Yeah, something
And
important.
yeah, you got a small fragment of good and
Ji,
bad. And some
ji.
people only the bad came. And then
Mm.
they have to, and some people only good came, they have a luxurious life. But आगे जाके क्या होगा next life में? They
Mm.
won't have the goods left, they'll have the bad left. So
So
remember,
for
this is
for that work today.
you must don't worry about how things will happen and what things will happen to you. No, that's not that's irrelevant.
कर्म
What is
करो,
relevant?
फल की इच्छा मत करो.
No, no, वो छोड़ दो, फल छोड़ दो.
जी.
What important is lead your life the way you think you should.
Hmm.
Do it the right way. Work hard. Everybody is not going to be an Elon Musk. Even Elon Musk doesn't have a good personal life. He has no good family relations. There's always something short in some people's life, na? Prime Minister Modi runs the country. He's still single. He has no family life. So,
Yeah.
Yogi Adityanath ji, he's such a big man, but he lives the life of a hermit. To understand, you will also have your own unique strengths, your own unique weaknesses, which you have to deal with.
And your
This
own
is
unique struggles as well, as you said.
ये आपकी life है. Make the best of it. Even
Absolutely.
this unique person, if you can impact people in a positive way and do well, you'll be amazed at how much good stuff you're doing in life to yourself and to other people. Look, I'm not here to preach, do good, do good. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a pandit. I'm an astrologer. I am simply here to tell you, आपके साथ ये हुआ है या आपके साथ ये होगा, and how you can make better of it. If you come here and say, I'm really sick, we'll look at your chart. We'll tell you why you're sick, but we'll tell you go seek medical advice. If you tell us, I have cases where families come. I'll give you a classic example. हमारा बच्चा नहीं है. Okay, we've tried IVF. It doesn't work. We're like, it cannot work because dasha ही नहीं आई. Wait, save your money. Wait for a few weeks. Wait for a few months. Or for that matter, immigration. कितने लोग आते हैं? We don't have a green card. We're getting laid
Yeah.
off. Or unfortunately, for some of them, I say, look, there is no chance you're going to stay here. So please accordingly plan kar lo. Don't buy your house yet. Don't invest so much money. But I'm going to get to many different things here. In this show, I want to talk about uh, different types of predictive astrology, dasha system kya hai, and I want to explain to you why some people work while some people start a business. ये भी डिस्कस करना है अगर टाइम मिले तो.
Ji. So right now, as you raised a very important point regarding immigration. So because this is, I think in Bay Area, this is the most common concern about like your visa, about your green card, about citizenship and everything around that. So can this be predicted? Like if somebody comes to you with questions regarding this, like what is going to be my status or how the future is looking in terms of the immigration visa. So can
So
you help them?
So yes, predictive astrology, right? हमने क्या कहा? There are three things in predictive astrology. One, the house and the planets.
Mm-hmm.
Two, the dasha. And three, the transit. अब fourth house आपका घर है. This is where you're born, staying, family house. अगर fourth house आपका destroyed है, completely destroyed, what does it mean? Loss of house, loss of residence, actually. Loss of residence could be you're physically losing your property, lawsuit, litigation, घर जल गया.
Mm-hmm.
But 12th house is also the house of moving overseas.
Hmm.
अगर कुछ इस पे पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट दिखता है लाइक जुपिटर और राहु, देन वी कैन से यस, वी नो यू आर गोइंग टू मूव ओवरसीज. फोर्थ हाउस खराब है एंड 12th हाउस इज गुड. अब देखते हैं दशा कब आती है उस प्लैनेट की. अगर एस्पेक्टिंग प्लैनेट की लाइक जुपिटर राहु की दशा आ गई, देन वी कैन टेल यू विद इन दिस 2.5 years आपको ग्रीन कार्ड मिल जाएगा
Hmm.
और यू विल
So
माइग्रेट ओवरसीज. नाउ उसके
and
ऊपर भी जब ट्रांजिट में प्लैनेट आता है, वी कैन कंफर्म एंड से yes, this is the time you think you'll get it.
right. And that ask does make sense. I have seen people waiting decades for their green card or like what's going to happen next. Am I going to be clearing the list this time? So I think it's better to to raise your concern in front of somebody who knows, who can really tell you what's going to happen or what are the chances in future.
देखिए, you're going to start your computer, you'll go to IMI Health, you'll go to some website, आप वहाँ पढ़ोगे आज के स्टेटस कहाँ का है, कल कहाँ का है. You'll do it today, you'll do it tomorrow, you'll do it for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, you'll talk to all your friends. Go, come to somebody who can help you,
Right.
somebody who can actually predict and tell you, yes, you're going to get it in 7 years. The number one reason I think is people look darte hain. They get scared. What if the astrologer says, no, I'm not
Yeah.
going to get it? Then what?
Not everybody is prepared for the truth.
But you have to deal with it. No, it's going to hit you.
Because yes, because that is your truth.
वो आएगा, कोई
Even
ना
if
कोई
you know
दिन.
it today or coming years, you will get to know it.
Like today, I think Biden wants to sign an executive order which says he wants to stop asylum, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes, I
And
read about that.
that's a very big move for those people who want to file. They have to plan accordingly. So anyway,
Mm.
this is what I wanted to talk about, the
Yeah,
soul.
definitely. And on that note, I would quickly like to remind the listeners, if you have any questions, as we were just talking about immigration and something related to that, or anything you have in your mind, be it a relationship thing, or you just want to see how much progress you can do in this year or time coming forward, do connect with Dr. Saket Bhatia. 408-639-5300. Once again, Dr. Saket Bhatia का डायरेक्ट नंबर है 408-639-5300. saketbhatia.com is the website where you will get all the information regarding him. info@saketbhatia.com, where you can write to him, you can shoot an email. एंड अगर आप उनसे कांटेक्ट करना चाहते हैं अब शो के दौरान, तो आप कॉल कर सकते हैं 5107701550. टुडे वी हैव टेकन अप rather lengthy topic, so we are not taking any calls, but you can definitely call us later next Tuesday maybe. So guys,
Actually,
connect कीजिए जी.
if people want to call, we can take the calls.
Okay, so we can take couple of
If
calls.
we are, since I'm remote, if we can, अगर ले सकते हैं तो ले लेते हैं. It's
जी, जी.
really.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's great. So, listeners, we are opening the studio lines now. And if you have any quick question, this is your time. Do call us. Dr. Saket Bhatia is live with us in the studio. 510-770-1550 is the studio line number. Once again, 510-770-1550 is the studio line number. You can call us right now for one quick question. Be ready with your date, time, and place of birth when you're calling us. And it could just be one question. सो और अगर डॉक्टर साकेत भाटिया को कॉल करना चाहते हैं शो के बाद फॉर अ डिटेल कंसल्ट 408-639-5300. द साकेत भाटिया एस्ट्रोलॉजी शो सुन रहे हैं आप विद डॉक्टर साकेत भाटिया. वी गेटिंग अ कॉल. कैन वी क्विकली टेक अ कॉल?
Sure.
हेलो, यू आर ऑन एयर विद डॉक्टर साकेत भाटिया.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, Dr. Saket Bhatia.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
So, I'm doing good. I hope good with you too. Actually, I just had a quick question this is regarding my daughter. I mean, her date of birth is December 10th, 2006.
December 10th.
Place of birth, December 10th, 2006.
Okay.
Place of birth, Santa Clara.
Okay.
And time of birth is approximately around 1:10 or 1:08 a.m., something around that sort. Don't exact time, but around 1:08 a.m. So रात के 1:08 से कुछ.
That's fine.
Or
That's
early
very.
morning.
So December 10, 2006, 108, and in Santa Clara.
AM. Santa Clara, yeah.
108 p.m. you said.
AM.
AM night.
Yeah, ठीक है, वो है. Okay, so I do have the
Yeah.
chart.
Yeah, so basically the question actually was, for the next year, just wanted to actually see, I mean, you talked about destiny and, your based which one you have, right? So I just wanted to see in which field she should actually pursue her education in, which might be beneficial for her.
What does she want to do?
She wants to be part into biomed, biotech, that kind of area. She loves that. But she also loves, sciences, which is math as well as chemistry and all those areas. But just wanted to check which area will be better from her, her destiny point of view.
So she's a Virgo ascendant. So Virgo means her life is run by the planet Mercury. Mercury is representing lots of factors. It can represent business, it can represent speech, communication. Now, I don't see any debilitated planets. In fact, आपकी daughter की कुंडली में Mercury happens to be exalted in the ninth chart. Means she's got to do something related with Mercury as a profession. We are
Okay.
also Moon in the 11th house, and Moon अपने घर में बैठा है, which generally means a good amount of education, good recognition in the field. Now, your specific question is, should she study biomed or should she study other sciences, right? So,
Yeah, which is best from her, Kundali ke hisab se. I mean, what area she can probably, it's,
So-
better for her. That's
generally, our career के लिए we have to study 10th house from the ascendant sun and moon, and Navam's chart में उसको देखना पड़ता है. आपकी daughter की कुंडली में the 10th house is run by Mercury जो अपने घर में बैठा है. अगर हम sun से पढ़ते हैं तो 7, 8, 9, 10 it is again sun which is sitting in the house of Saturn. And if we study it from, this takes a little time, 7, 8, 9, 10, it is Mars, which is sitting in with Mercury. So the union is basically Mars Mercury, which is engineering, software. I don't see biomed, unfortunately. I mean, she could do it, but it's not something जो वो lifetime करेंगी. I am seeing a lot of engineering. I'm seeing, not even computers. I'm seeing more of hardware based, but it's her choice. Sciences, research. Research is strong in her
Yeah.
chart, unusually strong. Maybe she wants to
Okay.
invest in that field. Okay.
okay. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Bhatia.
Bye.
Thank you so much for your call. We have another caller. Can we quickly take?
Sure.
Hello, you're on air with Dr. Saket Bhatia.
हाँ साकेत जी नारायण बोलता हूँ.
Hello, how are you?
I am fine, sir. What about you?
I am doing very well. Thank you. How can I help you?
So my birthday is December 23, 1954. I
December.
born in Baroda. 23, 1954.
Okay. And you're born in Baroda. हाँ जी.
I born in Baroda. सुबह 9:10 पे.
Okay. सुबह 9:10. क्या क्वेश्चन है आपका?
मैं 31 दिसंबर को रिटायरमेंट लेने का सोच रहा हूँ, तो कैसा रहेगा?
तो आपकी कुंडली आ रही है. अगेन जस्ट टू वेरीफाई, December 23rd, 1954 सुबह के 9:10. एंड
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, दिस इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग चार्ट. इसमें क्या हुआ है, योर लाइफ इज रन बाय सैटर्न, ही इज योर असेंडेंट. वो बैठ गया आपके 10th हाउस में और वो बैठ गया वीनस के साथ. अच्छा, वीनस अपने ही घर में है. जब सैटर्न अपने घर 10th हाउस में बैठता है, इट गिव्स यू अ वेरी लॉन्ग करियर इन वन प्लेस. आई एम नॉट सेइंग वन कंपनी बट वन फील्ड. सी, काफी लोग जंप भी करते हैं. टुडे दे आर सॉफ्टवेयर, टुमारो दे कुड start a little franchise, they could do business. But जब Saturn आता है, it becomes very strong. What is your career? आपने क्या किया है?
अकाउंटिंग है मेरा बैकग्राउंड, मास्टर अकाउंटिंग.
So you're asking me कि should you take retirement now, और अगर नहीं लेते हो तो कब लोगे?
वही पूछता हूँ. क्योंकि 70 होगा ना दिसंबर में.
No issue. आपकी दशा चल रही है अभी मार्स केतु की, एक्चुअली मार्स वीनस की. वीनस इज, आपकी कुंडली में जो वीनस है वो अपने ही घर में बैठा है. हियर इज माय सजेशन. मार्स सन की दशा स्टार्ट होती है विच इज गोइंग टू बी द एंड. दिसंबर इज अ वेरी गुड टाइम. अगर दिसंबर में नहीं लिया देन मार्च 2025 तक ले लो, क्योंकि उसके बाद जो मून दशा आती है दैट इज अ टाइम फॉर यू टू रिलैक्स. माय सजेशन, between December and March 2025 take your retirement, because July 2025 के बाद you're going to start traveling or enjoying yourself. दशा अच्छी है.
Okay.
Very very good. Good luck. Enjoy yourself. ये अच्छी चार्ट है.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling. Listeners, सुन रहे हैं आप the Saket Bhatia Astrology Show, and if you have any question, we have 15 more minutes. I think we can just take one more caller. Actually, one of the caller is waiting. Can we quickly take this?
Sure.
Hello, you're on air with Dr. Saket Bhatia.
Yeah, hi. I want to ask a question for my husband.
Yeah,
Okay,
go
sure.
ahead with the details.
Date of birth is 14 September 1962.
14th.
Time is 9:50.
You'll go
9:58.
little slow. It takes me some time.
14th.
Okay,
14th September.
1962.
1962. Okay, and time?
Time 9:50 a.m. 50.
Okay, 9:50 a.m. Place of birth?
Bellary, Karnataka.
Okay, Pellary. How do you spell Pellary?
Pellary.
Bellary, Karnataka. Oh, Andhra Pradesh में भी है. Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
so
border, yeah.
we have
The
his.
question is, sorry.
Okay, क्या question है?
The question is, he's been trying to do his business for a long time and has not been successful. Will he be successful this time around?
What business is he trying? That's what we need to understand. क्या कर रहे हैं?
He's been doing his networking and in computers, basically.
Okay. See, your husband's chart turns out to be a Libra ascendant, and Venus is very well placed there.
Uh-huh.
Saturn's directional strength has switched from the 10th house to the 4th house with Ketu. And the
Okay.
Lord of Business, which is the Lord of Luck, Lord of Business, is sitting in the 12th house, which is house of loss or house of letting go things.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, जो दशा चल रही है, dasha means which planets are at play right now, happens to be Venus, Jupiter. Venus in this kundli represents him, and Venus represents some break in business. Jupiter is kundli ke liye represents his hobby, his passion, which he's following, and some debt.
Yeah.
My suggestion at this time, stay away. It's not going to work very well. You're going to have to wait for Venus Saturn dasha to kick in. Venus Saturn comes 18th of May 2025. 18th May 2025, your business will start improving, followed by July 2028, which is Venus Mercury, which is even better for you. That Venus Mercury should propel you higher. So if I were you, don't invest too much yet. Stay put. 2025 May invest, and then 2028 there is growth till 2031. So put that in perspective before you do anything else. Okay.
All right. So thank you so much.
Thank you for your call.
We are getting lots of messages on our office line telling please take some call. Agar aata hai,
I was
problem,
yeah, I apologize because we were talking and that's why I did not take many calls. But
फिर ऑफिस में फोन आता है कि प्लीज टेक आवर कॉल्स. ओके, इफ समबडी
कहीं भी कॉल कर दीजिए, आप बस रीच आउट कीजिए डॉक्टर साकेत भाटिया को एंड अपने क्वेश्चंस के जवाब लीजिए. दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
we can take calls for another 10 minutes, I think, but maximum 7-8 minutes.
Sure.
If call comes, you can stop me. If not, I can keep talking. Okay.
Ji. So let me remind the number once more, 510-770-1550. Guys, we can take one or two more calls if you have any quick question for Dr. Saket Bhatia. 510-770-1550. And we have a call.
Okay.
Hello, you're on air with Dr. Saket Bhatia.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Saket Bhatia. I spoke to you a couple of months back on this show, and it happened to be my birthday that day, and I didn't have any specific question in mind. So I just asked you how, the rest of the year is going to be, and you insisted on me having a specific question. I still couldn't come up with anything. So I asked you for a generic, anything that you can tell me. And you said that everything looks okay. Just take care of your mom's health. And hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. And just because you mentioned something like that, I got my mom's annual medical exam, everything is fine. And suddenly my mom passed away just a month back. My question to you is, even though you gave me a direction, some things are inevitable, right? Or I don't know, that's what I'm telling myself to console myself. My question is, how does astrology help me in anything if whatever is going to happen is going to happen? Even though I tried, taking the guidance.
See, predicting your parents' death, children's death, spouse's death, your death is not hard in astrology. Okay. No matter how much you push us, we're not going to tell you your parents are going to pass away. But what we will tell you is pay attention to them. Give time to them. That is an indirect way of saying life is a little short. What we do is we prepare you for what is coming your way. So at least you can understand that, okay, I have less time. Maybe I should just take some days off or months off and just spend, because person never comes back. So what astrology can do for you in this case, it's gone, but at least going forward, what is it you want to do? How you want to live your life? And, aage jaake kya karna hai? Those are certain things you can discuss with an astrologer, whether me or another astrologer. Take guidance. I mean, look, I feel bad, but we can't say on radio also. And even if you did come in person, we don't want to tell you something like that. I know Vedika is listening here, and I did mention to some other lady also the same thing. Take care of your mother's health. I told her the same thing, and it turned out to be a similar situation to yours. But astrology can help you. It prepares you for what is coming. At least you'll have a better understanding of what you should do, how you should invest your time, your resource, your effort, your energy, so you don't have any regrets going forward. I'm not saying you have a regret, but I hope you don't. But काफी लोगों को हो जाता है ना कि I could have at least spent more time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It does make sense. I
So-
hope you got your answer.
Sorry about your loss. This is not something we can explain easily, and we can't do anything about it, unfortunately. किसी के control ही नहीं है, क्या करे? That's why I always tell
the
people on
bitter
the show,
truth.
spend time with yourself, spend time with people who are important to you. The rest of the things in life will automatically follow. Trust me, they become irrelevant. It's the people who are important.
Very true. We have one more caller. Can we quickly take another call?
Sure.
Hello, you're on air with Dr. Saket Bhatia. Thanks for holding.
Thank you. Dr. Harana, thank you for your time, first of all. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah. My name is Raj, and you need my birth date or what you need to start?
I need your birth date for sure. That will help.
Yeah. April 15, 1969.
You said April?
Time is, April.
April and date?
15,
In
1969.
1969. आपका time क्या है?
9:55 a.m.
Okay, and your place of birth?
Pune.
And what is your question?
I'm trying to see if I can get a property this year. I'm looking for a property, a house.
House where? Here in India, kahan?
Oh, yeah, in US.
Do you already own a home?
Yes, I do.
So you want to buy a second property or you want to upgrade a home? That's the
Yeah.
question.
No, buy a second property.
Buy a second property. So see, property is run by fourth house. So we must make sure that fourth house planet must have some dasha or some strength. In your chart right now, the fourth house planet is running, which is Sun. Sun Venus ki dasha chal rahi hai. Last show, 2 shows ago, I explained Venus is the karak for vehicles. Saturn is the karak for property, and Sun is the Lord. So since Sun is Lord, wo dega aapko. By the way, your chart is a Taurus ascendant. Your Venus is very well placed in exaltation sign. Retrograde hai, theek hai. Ab Sun ki dasha chal rahi hai, which is representing your fourth house Lord. That means you can buy the house. But वो दशा खत्म होती है 2024 December. I would say between now and December, you will buy a house, you can buy a house. Because in transit also, there is a small aspect of Jupiter on that. And in this Kundli, Jupiter is a good planet. So if you do decide to buy before December, you absolutely will get a house. If you decide after December, then it becomes a little bit of a challenge. Then it's not going to come till 2026 March. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
And it's a good time for you to buy, though, according to this chart. Good luck.
We have one last caller. Can we quickly take the
Sure.
call? Hello, you're on air with Dr. Saket Bhatia.
Hi, Dr. Bhatia. I have a generic question. So I heard the caller who had called before, but in general, people say that when it is the third sari sati, right? So it's the time you would have the markas work, right? And I don't know whether it's true or not, but they say that that's the time that someone would, like you would, that would be your last Sarisati. I don't want to say the term pass away, but, so how true is that?
See, Vimshotri Dasha system says your life is going to be 120 years. Sade Sati means every 30 years. अगर 3 साढ़े सती आते हैं, assuming your साढ़े सती came when you were born, you can actually see 4 साढ़े satis then, right? Because when you're born, then after 30 years, and after 60 years, and after 90 years. So there is no truth in that. Saade Sati has nothing to do with your death. It has nothing to do with you in general. It just has to do with staying put and understanding, reflecting on what has happened and what will happen later. If you really want to understand when a person's health deteriorates, don't even focus on Markesh, which is 2nd and 7th Lord. Look for transits of the 8th Lord, which is longevity Lord. Look for transit of the Lord sitting in the 8th house, the 8th house Lord, and Saturn. Those will give you a direct indicator of how long the person might live, including aspect of Saturn on Sun. So this is misunderstood. Sade Sati mein Manmohan Singh became Prime Minister. I know people who, again, if you are a Scorpio ascendant with Saturn, let's say sitting in, let's say in 8th, 9th house, Sade Sati time, your father's health will become sick, but not you. You can go through 4 Sade Satis for sure. So there is no truth in that. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you to all the callers for your calls. And I apologize to all those who are still trying to connect with us. We just have 3 more minutes in the show. Can't take any more calls. Please call Dr. Saket Bhatia directly. आप उनके ऑफिस पे कॉल कर सकते हैं. डायरेक्ट नंबर है उनका 408-639-5300, or you can call us back next Tuesday 510-770-1550, but we can't take any more calls. So we just have 3 more minutes.
That's okay. 3 minutes, maybe we can explain certain things, right?
Ji.
We wanted to talk about dasha systems and transits and yogs, but we'll talk about something, 2 people. One who wants to start his own business and one who works for someone. Dekhiye, not everybody in life can start a business. Sometimes it is better for you to work for someone, you'll have more success. Success never comes easy. You have to work for it. It is only after the company has become big, they've sold it and they've made money that log kehte hain ye to lucky tha. Believe me, they are not lucky. Personal experience also. It takes a lot of grinding, lot of hard work, lot of sleepless nights to make things happen. Okay, in that you will lose things. You will lose your health. You will lose relatives. You will lose family, friends. You won't enjoy life as much as other people. So think carefully आपको life में क्या चाहिए. अगर आपकी कुंडली में job लिखा है, do well in your job. Succeed in your job. For all you know, you can get a bunch of stock options. You could make a lot of money. You could buy massive houses. While if you start a business और आपकी कुंडली weak है, the business won't go anywhere. Long story short, accept what is coming your way and make the best of it. Plan for it. You are very important in your life. So focus on yourself. Invest in yourself. Do courses, schooling, jo karna hai, but you are most important because you will matter to other people. So all ye kehte hain ki next week we'll talk more about predictive astrology. Apologize, but next week hum zyada call lete hain. No problem. We'll take more calls.
Definitely.
At this time, I'll like to stop at this. And if they have questions, they can feel free to call me, email me, and so on.
एग्जैक्टली बिल्कुल आप नेक्स्ट ट्यूसडे का वेट मत कीजिए. आप इमीडिएटली कॉल कर लीजिए और ओवर द वीक कभी भी 408-639-5300. दैट्स डॉक्टर साकेत भाटिया's number. Once again, 408-639-5300, or do write to him info@saketbhatia.com. Website है उनकी saketbhatia.com, where you'll get all the information. Thank you so much for joining us on air, and hopefully I'll see you in studio next week.
Thank you. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
You too.
You are listening to Radio Zindagi. KZDG